What up, Siccness? It's your boy Coop, man. We back at you with another one of these interviews, man. It's been a long time. Good friend of the Siccness, man. It's been a while since we talked to this guy, man. We got a new album out and making a lot of noise. Being seen everywhere on all these social media outlets and other websites and stuff promoting his new album. What's up with the Thug Lord, man?
Just wiggling, doing my 1-2, literally, just dropped JJ based on the Bill Story Part 1, about to drop Part 2, like in a couple of weeks this month, so. What is that?
I said in a couple of weeks, huh? Part 2.
Yeah. Yes, sir, that Part 2 about to sting their ass, so. Yeah, man, I just can't wait. Everybody felt the first one saying this is, street classic already, so I'm digging it, just can't wait to give them this Part 2. Other than that, I got my vape pen company going on, got my glass company going on, really got my hands in a little, marijuana cannabis industry, that's going real heavy right now, so yeah, doing shit like that,
Yeah, since you mentioned that, man, let's talk about that real quick. Some of these, they done legalized it, 2018, it'll be, for, not just, patients, but recreational as well. A lot of people jumping in, especially celebrities like you and whatnot. Being that you have been an advocate of smoking weed on records for a long time, are you going to be straying away from rap now, just strictly doing the whole marijuana thing, or what?
Oh, hell no. That's why I had to get back and give them this JJ, man. That's what everybody started thinking. I was doing a podcast, smoke a lot of radio, a lot of little marijuana albums and shit, a lot of marijuana ventures. So motherfuckers like, yo, is he retired? But, no, I'm not retired. It's just different ventures. Everybody do a different, a lot of different side hustles and shit, you know what I mean? It's not just rap, you know what I mean? That's what it's about, your side hustle in this game right now anyway, you dig?
Indeed, man. Let's talk about this JJ album, man. This is based on a true story. This is your life. This is autobiography. I would be safe to say, man. How long did it take you to get this album done?
It was off and on for about like 5 years off and on, because I was just doing so much other shit. But the meat and potato shit was like literally the first couple of years, probably like 2012, you know what I mean? Like right after I did the Tonight Show with DJ Fresh, that's when I like started doing the first couple songs. So right like 2012, 2013 was the first couple songs, and then No Skull got out, so we was doing the Looney things. We put out the High Time album, mixtape. We've been touring and shit, so, and working on the Operation Stackover too, so that, slowed the pace, also. So it's just a lot of shit I was doing, the Regime album, the double album put out with the Regime. Just so much shit, man. The podcast at Be Real TV, so everything had me distracted. So I just shut a lot of shit down just to get back on point,
That's what's up, man. You just answered there like 3 questions in one. It's a new album, so we know the Loonies are still working together. A big thing that a lot of people wanted to know on Siccness, we had a few questions that we did get from Siccness. They wanted to know about the Regime and who all is in the Regime currently, and is you still working with Tech 9?
Definitely working with Tech 9, and on Part 2, actually got the whole Regime on the album. Including the old members, we done brought Gonzo back, Fats Barcelini, Mad Max, Lil Key, from the old school.
Wait. I have to cut you off, OG, but so you just mentioned, I think I heard 3 or 4 names that you had a little riff with over the years. Now I got it probably right.
I ain't had no riff with nobody. Let's get that out there,
Okay.
Other people had, certain, they was feeling some type of way, and that's how they felt, so, not me, man. So, people, I had to bring it back, man. Definitely the fans want it. I want it, I mean? I want to, just hear the homies back in the crew, period, all that little bickering shit, Group, like, seeing a New Edition, it's the hardest fucking thing to do. Egos, everybody want to be the best rapper, the best singer, whatever it may be. The nigga who get the most bitches, the most money, the most, it just goes on and on and on with that shit. So it's hard to, and then the Regime, we damn near 20 deep. So it's definitely hard to deal with those many egos and, attitudes and, so it's hard, man. So, I do what I can to be the nucleus, just the glue of this shit, you know what I mean? And just keep this shit together,
Indeed. With this I'm glad to hear that, man. All y'all got it right on y'all grown man business. That's dope, man. Fans should love that. But being that you mentioned the groups and things like that, man, another question that was asked by some of the Siccness coaches, Thug Lords.
Man, yeah, definitely. You know, C-Bo on JJ based on Ville Story Part 1. With the song with me and Lil Flip, Trying to Survive. So that's just letting niggas know that Thug Lords is coming. I just got to finish my shit up, Bo. He working on some new shit. He got a few things going on. So he in his bag. I'm in my bag. Now, yeah, so that, you know, turn down a little bit, we go get back in the lab, you know. But shit, as soon as the JJ over, I'm right back on the next album. You know, Elegant Thug is the next album, so I ain't stopping. I'm trying to drop Elegant Thug at the end of the year, if possible. So I'm just trying to keep my foot on the pedal, niggas. You did straight up. But Thug Lord's definitely coming soon.
So, man, you just listening to the album, and it's been in the deck. I've been listening to it for a while now. I gotta tell you, dope work, man. I appreciate the work. I know some of the fans do. But I gotta ask you, man, just from a fan's point of view, I've been listening to you guys growing up and all that stuff. When I used to listen to MC Pooh, man, you made a reference in one of your songs about, I think your sister used to mess with Bruce from the 70s Blues.
Right.
And I know that was something I never knew as a rap fan. But I used to always hear MC Pooh referencing his songs and stuff on many of his albums, man. Can you give us an old school story about the OG?
About Pooh Man or about Bruce?
About Bruce.
Oh, man, shit, Bruce was the man. You know, Pooh Man had a song called They Call Him Lex because he had one of the, you know, iced out Rolexes in Oakland, period. But anyway, Kingpin nigga, you know what I mean, light-skinned, green eyes, long hair, from 72nd. He basically was a kingpin, and his thing about Bruce was he was the only nigga in Oakland that knew how to cook up a brick at one time, a whole brick. You know, like back in the day, motherfuckers couldn't cook a whole brick at once. You had to divvy that bitch up and then, you know, get the bacon. So he knew how to just cook that whole shit up at one time. So motherfuckers used to cash him out like 2 or 3 bands. Every neighborhood from West Oakland, North Oakland, and, you know, East Oakland used to cash his man out to, you know, cook up their birds. And this nigga would cook them birds up at our apartment, my sister's apartment. So I was seeing that shit firsthand, you know, period, hands on what he was doing, breaking the motherfuckers down with Genzu knives and sledgehammers and shit. He's cooking a whole fucking bird. You know what I mean? So that was his specialty. So he was a legend, you know, definitely.
Now, was all this before you rap, or was some of your...
Yeah. Nah, this before I rapped. Yeah, this when I was a teenager. This when Pooh Man was rapping. Pooh Man was his artist. He put out Pooh Man. They had the Fucking with Dank song going on. That was the first fucking the song, and then Pooh Man dropped the album like in 91 or some shit with all the little names on it. But Fucking with Dank was the single, and you know, fucking Big Bruce, you know, signed the nigga and financed that, and then after Bruce died, Pooh Man got signed with Too Short. And I think Big Bruce discovered Ant Banks because I think I'm for sure Ant Banks' first song was Fucking with Dank.
Okay.
Shit, Ant Banks went with Too Short before that. I don't think so. It was damn near like Pooh Man and Ant Banks was a group on that album. It was like Pooh Man and Ant Banks, you know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, from my history though, I ain't never heard of Ant Banks until Pooh Man, you know, and Big Bruce.
But you know where Ant Banks is now?
Yeah, in Arizona. I know exactly where he at. That's my nigga.
I got a question from one of the members, five. He says, man, you know, your level of lyricism is a lot more complex than you know, most West Coast Bay Area MCs. You want to know where you get your influences from to develop the style that you have right now.
I was influenced by all rap, you know, down south, East Coast, and West Coast. You know, from the West Coast, definitely Ice Cube, D.O.C. Down south, Scarface. East Coast, definitely Rakim, Coogee Rap. You know, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane. Nas, definitely. Midwest, basically, them, just East Coast, West Coast, and down south, just influenced by real music, you know, just real street music. and just learned how to, really put my shit together, fuck with them artists that I named, was able to make my own style, just being fans of those people,
I got another one from another member, Mad Dog. He mentions you making a reference of a song you had on the Mechanics compilation about you and your homeboy putting your businesses, differences aside and getting to the money and whatnot. His question he wants to know, with all the beefs that you have had in your career with numerous rappers from Master P on down the game, do you feel that any of those have helped or hurt your reputation in the rap game?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all beef is bullshit. It definitely stopped opportunities. There was plenty of times where I couldn't get booked because the game or somebody else that I was beefing was booked at that same venue, or I can't come to an event, because these niggas in there, they don't want to start nothing, the promoter's scared. So it definitely shut down a lot of money, artists, that usually fuck with you, big artists, they stop answering their phone because they choosing sides. So whoever's a bigger artist, they gonna fuck with them. So it definitely fucks up the business, But as far as my image or anything, because I ain't lost not one battle, period. I killed them all, as far as when it came to the beefs with the beef raps, Shout out Remy Ma and Nicki. But I Remy Ma everybody, literally, exposed everybody that I ever beefed with, and still here standing. So it didn't fuck with me as far as lyrics and music, but definitely opportunities, yeah. Hell yeah.
We all know Pretty Black was a part of the regime camp.
Sure.
Pretty Black, man. Did you have any unreleased Pretty Black verses?
Man, I've been going through my computer like a motherfucker. All I got is the Prince of the Streets album. He recorded that at the studio. I can't re-put that out, But I got that whole album in my computer. But I'm just trying to look for songs. I had a song with me, him, and Hush that I can't find that never made the album. It was supposed to go on one of the United Ghettos or some shit like that. So I'm looking. I go in my computer, man, go really search for this shit. But yeah, definitely we got some unreleased shit. I just gotta find it. But rest in peace and mob in peace of Pretty Black, man. That was a real one, man. Like when it's like a lot of rap crews, man. You got a lot of motherfucking dudes that just bandwagon jump from crew to crew, whatever, got the best opportunity. That nigga Black was down, period. He wasn't an opportunist. He was mobbing more than niggas that's been with the mob forever. Definitely dedicated, definitely loyal. Definitely knock anything down if a nigga talk shit about me, the mob, anybody. So, man, I love that dude, man. That dude, I miss that dude, man, because it's hard to find niggas like that, just solid, and that just a die for you, period. I do the same for him, period. But, yeah, he very missed, man. Real solid dude, man. Pretty Black.
I got another question from Siccness member, man. This one comes from Art Jeezy, man. He says he wanted to know the song "Fake Bitches" from Regime Presents Thug Lords. Is that Keisha Cole on the hook?
Nah, nah. It sound like it though. No, it ain't. That's actually Al Pacino's daughter. That's crazy.
Okay, that's dope, man. Another back when Big Shot Pin, man, we want to know, when you was recording the Godzilla album, the Stuntastic song, did Jadakiss ever record a verse for that song?
Nah, he was supposed to. Because Dame Grease from the Rough Riders made that track, so, it was all in the same camp. But if you know Jadakiss, man, he's a real, he really takes a long time to even fuck with a verse. Motherfuckers like the big heads like Jay and them be having to wait months and shit to get a verse from dudes. So, deadline came and he didn't have his verse in time, so I just, finished it up and put it out. But yeah, he is supposed to be on the original. Yeah, definitely. Shout out Jada.
You a fan of battle rap?
Oh, hell yeah. I fuck with that daily, man. Hell yeah. What you got? Any questions about that?
My guy Namo, he wanted to know, man, who's your favorite battle rapper, and what's your favorite match to date right now?
Oh man, you know, I gotta go old school, man. My favorite nigga still Head Ice. I'm sorry, man. He just is real as shit to me. You know what I mean? Period. As far as just real rappers, and then as far as bar for bar, nigga, the illest nigga to me, bar for bar, right now, gotta be who the fuck had me going crazy, man? Who? Disaster is an animal. You can't forget about Disaster. You can't forget about Daylight. But it's a nigga that's just murdering shit right now. I want to say either, it's a nigga, Tay-Rock murdering shit, Arsenal murdering shit. It's them dudes, man. It's them dudes, man, that really do it. Lux, he ain't really did too much for me. He got a couple appearances. He got to step in the ring a few more times for me to, you know, consider him one of the dopest. But, and Mook, you know what I mean? But other than that, man, I think Disaster, Arsenal, fucking Head Ice, and fucking Tay-Rock. Yeah, Tay-Rock, them motherfuckers killing shit, dude.
If you could, and if you could form your own lineup, he also wanted to know if you could do your own lineup for, to put a recording of artists right now, your dream joint right now, who would it be?
Definitely I have Jay on that bitch. I have Nas on that bitch, M on that bitch, Kendrick on that bitch. Definitely have me on that bitch. Can't forget the kid. Definitely have, cause this is gonna be just a spitter one when niggas gassing. Definitely have Wayne on that motherfucker. Definitely have, who else he gassing? Whoa. Definitely have, Royce the 5'9" on that bitch. That nigga go crazy. Definitely have, Tech 9 on that bitch. The guy at Tech, that nigga's a fucking mayhem animal. Gotta have, Andre 3000. Crazy, you know, he's a fucking monster.
I don't mean to cut you off, man. Be that you mentioned Andre 3000, this is a lot of come up in hip hop conversations, man. Why do you think a lot of people don't give him his credit as being one of the illest lyricists around?
Well, a lot of people do, but, you know, it's the young dudes, you know, so everybody gonna deal with who's in their age bracket or who's the dopest in their generation. I was one of the dopest in our generation, the 90s. You know, now you got the millennials, you know, so they Drake, you know, so they think nobody can fuck with Drake. Nobody can fuck with Lil Yachty and them niggas. But Andre 3000, man, what made him special, what made him dope, he not only had lyrics, but the nigga could sing all the shit. So he was a combination and play instruments and make music. So he was a combination of all the shit all in one. That's what made him extra dope. You know, he had more skills than just rapping. So, you know, that's what made him stand out to me. You know what I mean? Straight up. And this, the way he put his shit together, it was like, you know, nobody put no words together like how he did it. So that's why he won the greats, period.
What did it take to put you in the cipher? Yes. Would you get involved in the battle?
Shit, if the money right, hell yeah, I could write some shit and get down, but I had to come in like on some Mr. Fab shit, at least like 25, 30 bands, at least. Something like that, you know, because that shit could be career ending. You can never come back from that. That's it in your career, man. You gotta have something to push it back on. That 25 bands, man. If that's the last time I get out the rap game, man, I could at least open a couple barbershops up and lean on something. Lean on something, man. I'm fucking with it though, but yeah, man. If I come in battle, man, it gotta be against the rap. I'm not battling these young fucking these battle rap niggas. It gotta be a nigga on my, like, they gotta have a rapper, like a nigga from LA, you know what I mean, a real rapper, like me against Nipsey Hussle or some shit like that. I'm not gonna battle no Disaster, no niggas like that. Never. Them niggas is professional arson fucking swordsmen, you know, samurais, nigga, with that shit. I'm just a pupil with that. You know what I mean? But when it comes, yeah, with me against a rapper, oh, we could go, but not against no. You seen what happened with Joe Buttons? That shit didn't work out too well. You know what I mean? Because he was just saying regular, like, rhymes that you say on a beat. It didn't even sound right because he was just on the one and the two. Like, the fucking lyric, when you battle rap, it's like poetry, but gangster poetry. You know, everything ain't on the one and two. You know, them niggas could go on, and by the time they say the punchline, the shit that really rhymed at the beginning, motherfucker rhymed about 4 minutes, and wow, hit you with some shit he said way long time ago. Like, that nigga took a long time to get there, but he got there. You know what I mean? So, it's just basically gangster poetry. You know what I mean? So it's a difference than rapping bar for bar. So that's why I wouldn't do it. With no poet. You know what I mean? Now, a nigga that rap bar for bar, let's go. It's a difference.
When I say this, give me the first thing come to mind. Paraphernalia to the mob.
Oh man, free guff. Period.
When y'all was all rolling, man, Key, Dual Committee, Richie Rich, Delinquents, Pooh Man, Pyro. How special was that moment for y'all, for the Bay, for you as an artist, doing what you're doing, and just coming from where you coming from, and everybody just doing their thing at one time?
That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy because a lot of us went to high school together and shit and heard about each other. Like, we used to try to go battle the fucking hieroglyphics and fucking the skyline. We went to Oakland High and fucking Tech. We niggas would catch the bus at lunchtime to try to get niggas admitted. So we always heard about each other because the first nigga that got the deal was Dale, the Funky Homo Sapien. That's when he was helping Ice Cube with the America's Most Wanted, the Once Upon a Time and the Projects and all that shit. Dale was the first one to get on. But the hieroglyphics was his crew. They still was in school. So we heard about all of them, went to school with the Who Riders, both Chop Black and Mr. Taylor, both went to junior schools. Fucking Eclipse from Saga was my cousin. My cousin. We got Drew down his deal. My manager got Drew down his deal. My manager got Mac Mahler's deal, Richie Rich's deal with Def Jam. I got 3 Times Crazy, they deal with Version. Who else we got a deal for? I want to say somebody else. But yeah, it came from our camp though. Everybody that was getting them deals, most of them deals came from our camp. Our manager got everybody a deal. Because after the Loonies and Drew got signed, everybody's like, what's next from the Bay? We, kept pointing them in the right direction, getting niggas signed. So even Richie Rich, we got him signed to Def Jam. So shout out AJ, real power maker, real mover and shaker, you dig? But it was big. It was a big moment, you know what I mean? We all was on. We all on tour together, all doing shows together, everybody on. It's a good look for the whole Bay. I mean, the Bay was popping, like literally all the labels coming out there to get what's hot, to try to get the next hot nigga. So the Bay was on fire, man. It was a time when shit, we did have a shine, you know what I mean? Then it, dwindled down there, back to L.A., you know what I mean? Because, first it was in L.A., with the Dre thing, the Chronic and all that. Then it came to the Bay when all them deals came in 95. Then it went back to L.A. because Pac went down there, so Pac took it back to L.A. and we stayed down there after that, you know what I mean? So we just now getting it back to the Bay, literally like the last 5 years. Bay has been making a real strong comeback, man. Shout out to all them Love Rant dudes, you know what I mean? I Am Sues, the Live Wire movement, Filthy Rich, Jay Style and all them, you know what I mean? Burner. So many in the Bay they're just putting on right now, just keeping the candle lit. So, definitely shout out to them young dudes just keeping this shit popping and bringing the shine back,
Salute.
Yo, it's your boy Yukmouth rocking out on Siccness.net. Keep it logged in and keep mobbing. Yada, bye.